Hi students, welcome to this class. In this class, we study about the energy conservation opportunities in boiler. The various energy efficiency opportunities in boiler system can be related to combustion, heat transfer, avoidable losses, high auxiliary power consumption, water quantity and blowdown. So we know that the boiler will operate in three stages. One is the main stage is furnace, and the other stage is the steam production, and the third stage is flue gases, which is left outside the boiler. So that is once you need to burn, that is burning is through the furnace, that is carried out as combustion, then steam production, then it is led to the atmosphere. That flue gas will go to the atmosphere. So these three stages the boiler working can be explained. So here we see the how we can conserve the energy in a boiler. So how the energy in a boiler can be conserved. So the various steps are here. One is about the stack temperature. Second is about feed water preheating using economizer. And third, combustion air preheat. Fourth, incomplete combustion. And 5, excess air control. 6, radiation and convection heat losses. Next, automatic blowdown control. And 8, reduction of scaling and soot losses, and reduction of boiler steam pressure. 10th, variable speed controller for fans, blowers and pumps. And 11th, effect of boiler loading on efficiency. And 12, proper boiler scheduling. And 13, boiler replacement. So the boiler replacements comes at the last point. And if these all energy conserving opportunities which we implement, the boiler efficiency can be improved. So first we see about the stack temperature. So stack temperature or flue gas temperature measures the temperature of combustion gases when they leave the boiler. When they leave the boiler means here. So you can see after combustion the gases will leave to the atmosphere. So here we measure the temperature of the gas which is leaving the atmosphere. They leave the boiler. If the flue gas temperature is high, that is almost 200 degrees centigrade, it suggests that heat created by the boiler isn't being effectively used to generate steam. So the heat created by the boiler is not effectively used to generate steam. So that conclusion we can have. So that what we have to see, we have to see that the stack temperature should be effectively used and it should be decreased by using, not by applying any other measures, so that the temperature can be decreased by effectively using. That one, the chimney in the പുറത്തേക്ക് പോകുന്ന ഗ്യാസിൻ്റെ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ നമുക്ക് അതിന് നമ്മൾ സ്റ്റാക്ക് എന്ന് പറയാം. സ്റ്റാക്കിൻ്റെ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ മാക്സിമം എന്താ നമുക്ക് യൂസ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതിന് ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ ഡിക്രീസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. സോ like this, if the temperature has to go down, then it should have to used more effectively. Okay. So that is, so the stack temperature should be as low as possible. However, it should not be so low that water vapor in the exhaust condenses on the stack walls. So it should not low as possible. So it should have some temperature, but it should not as low as possible. The stack temperature greater than 200 degrees centigrade indicates the potential of recovery of waste heat. So greater than 200 degrees centigrade indicates the potential of recovery of heat. It also indicates the scaling of heat transfer or recovery equipment. Okay, next we see the feed water preheating using economizer. The feed water is the what? The feed water is the water which is feeding to the boiler. So you just see this one. See here, we are feeding the water. So this feed pump will go to the economizer. So after that, the water which is feeding to the boiler is being heated. The water which is going to the boiler is being heated, and that is being fed to the boiler. So that is feed water pump to the economizer, means using the after boiler we have produce steam. So this steam is given to the superheater, then it is being fed to the engine, and the remaining steam which will go to the economizer, and from that economizer the water which is feeding to the boiler is being heated. So this water will absorb that remaining heat, and then it will go to the boiler. Then we are having the air preheater, that we'll see in the next topic. So first you should see that the economizer will heat the water which is feeding to the boiler. So this is the only key. So typically the flue gas leaving a modern 3-pass Shell boiler are at a temperature of 200 to 300 degrees centigrade. Thus there is a potential to recover heat from these gases. The flue gas exit temperature from the boiler is usually maintained at a minimum of 200 degrees centigrade. So the sulfur oxides in the flue gas do not condense and cause corrosion in heat transfer surfaces. So you can see that there is some sulfur oxides are there. It causes some corrosion, and it causes some soot and scales in the side of the tubes also, that we'll discuss next. And so here what they mean, here they are telling that these flue gases which is leaving the superheater should be effectively utilized, and so that the feed water should absorb the maximum heat which is being fed to the boiler. So when a clean fuel such as natural gas, LPG or gas oil is used, the economy of heat recovery must be worked out, as the flue gas temperature may be below 200 degrees centigrade. The potential of energy saving depends on the type of boiler installed and fuel used. For a typically older model Shell boiler with the flue gas exit temperature, you just see here, for a typically old model Shell boiler, the flue gas exit temperature is 260 degrees centigrade. An economizer could be used to reduce it to 200 degrees centigrade. So what this economizer will do? Economizer will decrease the flue gas which is being fed to the stack and to the atmosphere. So how the temperature will be reduced? This temperature is being absorbed by the water which is being fed to the boiler. So this increasing the feed water temperature by 15 degrees centigrade. So the feed water temperature may be increased to 15 degrees centigrade. Say the normal feed water temperature is 25 degrees centigrade. So this 25 degrees centigrade water may be increased to 40 degrees centigrade. So increase in overall thermal efficiency would be in order of 3%. For a modern 3-pass Shell boiler, firing natural gas with a flue gas exit temperature of 140 degrees centigrade, a condensing economizer would reduce the exit temperature to 65 degrees centigrade. So if you have an exit temperature of 140, so this can be reduced to the 65 degrees centigrade. So that if you reduce the flue gas in the temperature, you can reduce the efficiency boiler increase. So next we see about the combustion. So what is means by combustion? So I told you the boiler, there are having 3 parts. One is combustion, steam production, and another is flue gas outlet. So this important combustion. So in the combustion we should see that whatever the fuel which is being burned should be complete, and the fuel, the coal, etc. should be the air used to burn the fuel should not contains any water vapor or humidity. So these two things should be taken. അതായത് കമ്പഷൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത് കമ്പഷൻ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് കമ്പഷൻ ആവണം. പിന്നെ ഈ കമ്പഷനിലേക്ക് ഫീഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന എയറിൽ ഒരു വാട്ടർ വേപ്പർ ഒന്നും ഉണ്ടാവാൻ പാടില്ല. The air should not have any contains of humidity. So the air should be dry air, it should not be wet air. So ഈ രണ്ട് കണ്ടീഷൻസ് ആണ് ഈ കമ്പഷനിൽ നോക്കേണ്ടത്. So first one, combustion air preheat. So what is combustion air preheat? The air which is being fed to the boiler to combustion should be preheated. So how you are preheating? So you are preheating by the flue gas which is being left from the boiler. So you just see the flue gas which is left from the boiler and the air intake. So what it makes, it will heat the air and this air is being fed to the boiler for the combustion of the boiler. And so that we can see that so flame without preheated air is like this and flame with the preheated air is like this. So the flame of the boiler will be very higher with the preheated air. Preheated air flame കൂടുതലുണ്ടാവും. Without preheated air the flame will be very lesser. Okay, so the combustion air preheating is an alternative to feed water heating. In order to improve thermal efficiency by 1%, the combustion air temperature must be raised by 20 degrees centigrade. The most gas and oil burners used in a boiler plant are not designed for high preheat temperatures. The modern burners can withstand much higher combustion air preheat, so it is possible to consider such unit as heat exchanger in the exit flue as an alternative to the economizer. When either space or a high feed water return temperature make it viable. So in alternative to this one, so in alternative to the feed water, so we can have the combustion air preheat also. Both can be taken into consideration. So the next one, so I think you got this point, what is meant by air preheat. That is air which is used, you can just see here also, the air preheater means the air which is being fed. So air which is being fed to the boiler is being preheated by this flue gas which is being, see here, feed water pump which is being used to rise the temperature. Same thing, you can use the air and you can preheat the air and you can fed to the boiler. So you can write down this block diagram for the diagram of a boiler plant. In your examination, if they ask explain a boiler and etc., you can write down this diagram. This diagram will illustrate in detail. ഈ ഡയഗ്രാം ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ട് എല്ലാം പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഡയഗ്രാം നിങ്ങൾ വരച്ച് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കുറച്ചും കൂടെ എക്സാമിൽ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യാൻ ഈസി ആയിരിക്കും. ഓക്കെ, so next one we see about incomplete combustion. So combustion, so here we are seeing that what are the energy conserving opportunities. So we need to conserve the energy, so how can we conserve the energy? So we can conserve the energy, more energy can be conserved by preheating the air, by preheating the feed water, by effectively using the stack temperature. അല്ലേ, ഈ മൂന്ന് കാര്യങ്ങളും നമ്മളിവിടെ പഠിച്ചു. എന്താ, ഒന്ന് സ്റ്റാക്ക് ടെമ്പറേച്ചറിനെ എഫക്റ്റീവ്ലി യൂസ് ചെയ്യുക, ഫീഡ് വാട്ടർ പ്രീഹീറ്റിംഗ് യൂസിങ് എക്കണോമൈസർ ആൻഡ് കമ്പഷൻ എയർ പ്രീഹീറ്റ്. ബൈ ദിസ് 3 we can easily conserve the energy in a boiler. Now we just see about the incomplete burning. Incomplete, not burning, incomplete combustion. So incomplete combustion can arise from a shortage of air or surplus of fuel or poor distribution of fuel. So you just see the incomplete combustion may arise due to the shortage of air, surplus of fuel, so lots of fuels are there. So like this also the combustion may be incomplete. It is usually obvious from the color or smoke and must be corrected immediately. In the case of oil and gas fired system, CO, that is carbon monoxide, or smoke for oil fired system only with normal or high excess air indicates burner system's problem. So what happens if you go for incomplete combustion? It produce carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. This type of very harmful gases may be emitted. So a more frequent cause of incomplete combustion is the poor mixing of fuel and air at the burner. The poor mixing of fuel and air at the burner. The poor oil fires can result from improper viscosity, worn tips, carbonization at the tips, and deterioration of diffusers or spinner plates. So you might have been observed in your gas burner in your home if you are using LPG gas. So in the burner, if any carbon deposition is there, that the burner may not effectively burn the cooker which you are placing at the stove, gas stove. So what happens? So due to this carbonization, also this burning may be incomplete. So you can see, can you tell me which type of burning is this? Is it complete burning or incomplete burning? Yes, it is incomplete burning. You can see lots of smokes and all, and still the whatever the burned here can be once again burned. So it is due to the lack of oxygen and it is due to the abundance of fuel. So you can see that this grass which are being used to burn, it requires lots of time, and it is emitting fuel, and it is having the it is leading to the scarcity of oxygen. So okay, with coal firing, unburned carbons can comprise a big losses. It occurs as a gritty carryover or carbon in ash. So non-uniform fuel size could be one of the reasons for incomplete combustion. So if the fuel size which you use is of non-uniform, it can also be a reason. So increase in the fines in the pulverized cone can also increase the carbon losses. So increase in the fines means the increase in the size of the powder which we used in the pulverized coal boiler can also lead to the increase in the carbon losses. So in chain grade stroker, the large lumps will not burn out completely, while small pieces and fines may block the air passage. This causes poor air distribution. So we see that different types of combustion equipment, that is chain grade, that is FBC, fluidized bed combustion, etc. So there we see that in FBC, that is fluidized bed combustion, the fuel is completely burnt. But in the chain grade stroker and in the pulverized pulverized strokers, so the fuel may have not been completely burned, either due to the increase in the size of the fuel or due to the very abundance of the fuel. So if the fuels are more, then what happens, and the top layer of the fuel is only burned and the bottom layer, some fuel may not burn due to the unavailability of the oxygen. So if the air is will not pass, only the top layer will be burned and the air to the bottom layer will not pass. So that bottom fuel will not burn. So we can see that the combustion and the complete combustion and incomplete combustion. So oxidants is sufficient amount is available and insufficient amount is available. So the hydrocarbon combustion, carbon dioxide and water are being produced. So in this one, and here we can see the carbon monoxide and water are produced. So for complete combustion you will be producing the carbon dioxide, but for incomplete combustion you are producing carbon monoxide. The flame is blue in color. Flame is blue in color, but for incomplete combustion yellow or orange in color. Yellow or orange in color. So you can see that for in your LPG gas, which you can see that is complete combustion, and which you give fire in the outside. അതായത് നിങ്ങൾ പുറത്ത് നിങ്ങളുടെ വീട്ടിൻ്റെ പറമ്പിലൊക്കെ ഓലയും പിന്നെ വേസ്റ്റൊക്കെ നിങ്ങൾ കത്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഏത് ഒരു രീതിയിലാണ് ഒരു കളർ കിട്ടുക? യെല്ലോ കളർ, യെല്ലോ ഓർ ഓറഞ്ച്. സോ യെല്ലോ ഓർ ഓറഞ്ച് വിൽ ഇൻഡിക്കേറ്റ് ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഇൻകംപ്ലീറ്റ് കമ്പഷൻ. The energy production in the complete combustion is very high, and the energy which is produced in the incomplete combustion is low. The environment impact means it forms the global warming. Complete combustion, it leads to the global warming, form carbon dioxide, and the incomplete combustion it produces air pollution from carbon monoxide and smoke. Okay, I think you understood what you mean by incomplete combustion. So the incomplete combustion should be avoided. Next we see about the excess air control. So this we discuss in the next class.